Bluebonnets blooming by the roadside, same as years ago. I pulled my car off Highway 9 just to watch them grow. You used to say they matched my eyes on a Texas springtime day, when love was young and reckless and we had our own sweet way. Your pickup truck was faded red with dust along the side. We'd drive with all the windows down and let the warm wind ride. Radio playing softly, some old heartbreak song. But with your arm around me, nothing could go wrong. Oh, bluebonnet memories blooming in my mind. Steel guitar keeps crying for a love I left behind. Simple days and open skies and promises so true. Every spring they blossom and I'm right back there with you. We carved our names in cedar wood down by Miller's Creek. Talked about forever like it wasn't far to reach. You said you'd build a little home with a porch swing wide, where baby's laughter someday would echo far and wide. But life can turn like weather without a warning sign. You took a job in Dallas, said you'd be just fine. City lights grew brighter, country roads grew dim, and somewhere in that distance I slowly lost you to them. Oh, bluebonnet memories, I don't blame the restless years or dreams we couldn't hold. Some loves are like wildflowers, too tender to grow old. But every time the spring wind brushes through my hair, I feel your hand upon my cheek, like you're still standing there. Now I keep a pressed blue bonnet inside my dresser drawer, right beside the photograph of us at 24. Time has given silver strands where golden curls once lay, but when those flowers bloom again, my heart still slips away. Oh, bluebonnet memories blooming soft and slow. Steel guitar still whispering of a love I used to know. Simple days and open skies and skies so wide and blue. Every spring they blossom and I bloom again with you. With you. Among the bluebonnets,
there's a ridge outside of town folks call Cedar Hill, where the sun falls slow and low and the world stands still.
I used to drive up there alone with my worries piled I saw you standing there with that western sky.
Your hair caught fire in the evening glow, like harvest fields in June. You said you liked the quiet underneath that rising moon.
I never was a poet, never had the lines, but I knew right then your heart fit mine.
I climbed that hill for silence, to let the day unwind. Never thought I'd find someone who could read my mind.
You talked about your daddy and the farm you love, and how you'd never leave it for city lights above.
There was something in your steady voice, something strong and true, like the way the wind moves wheat beneath the sky so blue.
When your hand brushed close to mine, soft and still, I felt my restless heart begin to settle on that hill.
In the golden hour on Cedar Hill, where the daylight fades, steel guitar crying tender through the tall grass blades.
Fiddle drifting soft and sweet, like a vow we made. Two hearts finding shelter in the evening shade, hand in hand, time standing still. In the golden hour
on Cedar Hill, we built our life not far from there, on honest working ground. Raised our kids on lullabies and the harvest sound.
Every time the sun goes down, I see us young again, laughing in that amber light like we did back then. Years may turn the seasons, silver in your hair, but when the sky turns gold like that, I see you standing there.
And every prayer I ever prayed was answered in that glow
On Cedar Hill at sunset,
so long ago. In the golden hour on Cedar Hill, when the shadows grow long,
I'll still climb that hill
if I'm there with you.
like the sun returning still, we always will.
In the golden hour on Cedar Hill, under painted skies, steel guitar still calling through the years gone by.
Fiddle carrying every dream we made come true. Every road I walked led me to you, hand in hand, always will.
In the golden hour on Cedar Hill, there's gravel between the yellow lines on Highway 32, like pieces of a life I left the day I left you. Sunset bleeding amber across a cotton sky, radio playing softly, an old goodbye. I never was a city man, never fit that crowd. Give me a rusted pickup truck and a thunderhead out loud. You used to laugh and call me hard as hickory wood, but you knew beneath that stubborn bark my heart was good. So I roll on down these back roads with your memory riding shotgun, steel guitar crying steady like the damage done. Every mile's a lesson, every signpost a truth. You can outrun the highway, but you can't outrun your youth. There's gravel between the lines and regret between mine and you. We built our dreams on borrowed land with sweat and calloused hands. Talked about forever like we understood the plan. Front porch nights in June, fireflies in jars, counting all our blessings under scattered stars. But I chased a bigger paycheck over state line hills. Thought a little distance might cure my restless will. Didn't see the silence growing like a weed. Didn't hear your heart begging me to see. So I roll on down these back roads with your memory riding shotgun, steel guitar crying steady like the damage done. Every mile's a lesson, every signpost a truth. You can outrun the highway, but you can't outrun your youth. If I could turn this truck around and back through all these years, I'd trade that empty glory for your laughter in my ears. They say a man learns slowly what really makes him strong. A steady pair of loving arms he held all along. Heard you found a good man who don't roam too far, keeps his boots by the doorway and his heart where you are. I hope he holds you gentle on those winter nights and tells you that you're beautiful in the morning light. As for me, I've got this highway and the stories that it knows, every bend and broken fence and fields of afterglow. And somewhere in the distance where the tall grass bends, I'm still that younger version before the leaving began. Yeah, I roll on down these back roads with your memory riding shotgun, steel guitar crying higher for what I've done. Every mile's a lesson, every long goodbye. You can cross 1,000 county lines, but some loves never die. There's gravel between the lines and your name in every sign. Still your name in every sign.
There's a stretch of county road past the old grain mill where the fence line disappears over Carter Hill. We used to park at sundown, watch the daylight fade, talk about the kind of life two young dreamers made. You draw circles in the dust with the toe of your shoe. Say forever felt close enough if I was there with you. I said I'd never wander past what we had planned, but the horizon's got a way of pulling at a man. Now I drive where the fence line ends and the blacktop turns to stone. Steel guitar crying in the wind like it knows I'm alone. Every field and faded barn whispers what I missed. I let the wide world take my hand, lost the one I kissed. Out where the fence line ends is where my regret begins. I chased a job in Tulsa with overtime and pay. Promised I'd be back again before the leaves turn gray. But one season led to two, then a year slipped by. Distance grows like winter wheat beneath a quiet sky. Your letters turn to shorter lines than none at all. I heard you married someone else that fall. A good man from the hardware store who don't chase setting suns. He built you a steady shelter while I kept on the run. If I'd known the cost of freedom was the warmth of your embrace, I'd have planted roots beside you in that quiet place. But some truths come late at night with the headlights low, and the only thing beside you is the road you chose. Now there's silver in my sideburns and callus on my hands. I've learned the worth of simple things and where a good heart stands. If I ever pass that hill again, I won't slow down. Some memories are better left on the edge of town. Yeah, I drive where the fence line ends. Drive where the fence line ends and the blacktop turns to stone. Steel guitar crying in the wind like it knows I'm alone. Every field and faded barn whispers what I missed. I let the wide world take my hand and lost the one I kissed. Out where the fence line ends where my regret begins. There's a lantern on the porch tonight, swinging in the breeze, casting little halos through the cottonwood trees. I drove that long dirt road again like I've done before, but tonight I ain't alone, walking to your door.
Dust still on my collar, boots still on my feet, but your smile hits me harder than that summer heat. I've crossed 1,000 miles under open skies, but heaven's always waiting in
saw your headlights winding past the pasture gate. Knew by the way they slowed you wouldn't be late.
Mama used to tell me love's a steady flame, not a flash of lightning or a passing rain.
When you stepped up on that porch, hat down in your hand, you didn't need a single word from me to understand.
Every mile you traveled led you home to me, like rivers find the ocean naturally.
Under a lantern light on long dirt roads where the night wind softly blows, steel guitar crying sweet and slow where the wildflower grows.
Fiddles singing low and true like the vows we hold. Two hearts shining steady like that lantern's glow. No matter where life goes, we'll meet again on long dirt roads.
We've seen leaner seasons when the crops ran dry, and watched the storm clouds gather in a darkened sky.
But every time I doubted or felt alone, that lantern in your window led me home. Years may line our faces, silver in your hair, but I'll keep that porch light burning anytime you're there.
Love ain't in the spotlight or the tales they told.
It's in these quiet evenings growing old.
If the road turns rough
Or the nights grow cold,
like I always told,
through every bend and bend again, this love won't fold.
under a lantern light on long dirt roads where the night wind softly blows, steel guitar crying sweet and slow where the wildflower grows.
Fiddles singing low and true like the vows we hold. Two hearts shining steady like that lantern's glow. No matter where life goes, we'll meet again on long dirt roads. There's a letter on the kitchen table, written in your hand. Coffee's gone cold beside it like it couldn't understand. You said you needed time alone to chase some distant dream, but you never said how empty this old house would seem. Curtains moving in the breeze like they're whispering your name. Clock keeps ticking steady, but nothing feels the same. Your boots still by the back door, your jacket on the chair. Every little corner says you're everywhere. Oh, a letter on the kitchen table and tears I can't explain. Steel guitar keeps crying like a slow September rain. Love was strong as oak wood, or so I used to say. Now I remember winter evenings when the fire burned low. You'd pull me close and promise you'd never let me go. We'd talk about the future like it was already planned. Two hearts tied together with a simple golden band. But sometimes restless hearts start wandering away, and dreams can pull a good man further every day. I don't know what you're searching for out there beyond this town. I just know the silence is the loudest sound around. Oh, a letter on the kitchen table. If you ever tire of highways and neon city lights, there'll be a porch light burning through the longest nights. 'Cause love don't close the door just 'cause pride got in the way. It waits like faithful sunlight for another day. So I'll fold that letter gently and tuck it out of sight. Say a quiet prayer for you every single night. And maybe when the harvest turns these fields to gold, you'll find your way back home before we both grow old. Oh, a letter on the kitchen table, still lying there today. Steel guitar keeps whispering what my heart can't say. Love was strong as oak wood, stronger than the pain. And if you walk back through that door, I'd hold you just the same. There's a letter on the kitchen table, and I'm still here.
There's a fence line running down the edge of town, where the gravel turns to meadow and the sun goes down.
I used to drive that road alone with the windows wide, till I saw you standing there with the sunset in your eyes.
I was picking wildflowers by the old oak tree, didn't know that moment would change my destiny.
You tipped your hat and smiled like you know me long, and the breeze began to hum our first slow song.
Right where the wildflowers lean toward the golden light, that's where your hand found mine on a summer night, with a steel guitar softly crying and a fiddle drifting sweet. We found forever growing at our feet where the wildflowers lean. We built a little house on a patch of borrowed land, painted dreams in white and blue with steady hands.
Front porch rocking chairs and a willow tree. Every sunset felt like it was made for you and me.
Spilling coffee on the steps, barefoot in the dew.
Every simple blessing led me back to you.
We didn't need much more than faith and time,
and the way your heart fit easy into mine. Right where the wildflowers lean and the seasons change,
I'll be standing close
through the sun and rain, like roots beneath the earth unseen. Love grows strong and evergreen. Right where the wildflowers lean under open skies, we've watched the years roll by like fireflies, with the steel guitar still singing and the fiddle keeping time. I'll be yours and you'll be mine, where the wildflowers lean.
just you and me,
Where the wildflowers lean.
forever in between. There's a water tower leaning over Franklin County High, where we carved our initials back in '79. Friday night lights shining on a restless town. You were wearing my leather jacket when the sun went down. We'd sit up on the bleachers after everyone was gone, talking about the cities we'd someday move on. But every time you held me under that painted sky, I felt like forever didn't need to try. Under the water tower where the small town dreams begin, steel guitar humming soft like it did back then. Every faded memory still rings true like the first slow dance when I found you in the shadow of that old steel frame, calling out your name. You left for California, chasing something bright. I stayed here on the farm, working days and nights. We said we'd write each other, said love would hold, but distance has a way of turning warm hands cold. I heard you married someone with a house by the sea. Guess you found a life you wanted more than me. Still sometimes when the wind blows across that open plain, I swear I hear your laughter calling my name. Under the water tower where the small town dreams begin, steel guitar humming soft like it did back then. Every faded memory still rings true like the first slow dance when I found you in the shadow of that old steel frame, calling out your name. If I could send a message through these country skies, I'd say I never blamed you for chasing brighter lights. Some folks are meant for highways, some for fields of hay, but love still leaves its echo long after it fades away.
Under the water tower where we say goodbye, steel guitar crying higher through the night sky. Ever faded memory still feels new, like the first slow dance when I held you in the shadow of that old steel frame. I still say your name.
I wore my Sunday dress in white with lace around the sleeves. Mama pinned a rosebud there, said believe, just believe. You were standing by the altar, nervous as could be, hat in hand in shining shoes, waiting there for me. Church bells rang like silver through the summer air, and when you said forever, I felt heaven there. No diamond shone much brighter than the tears in your eyes as we stepped into a future under open skies. In my Sunday dress and simple dreams, I gave my heart away. Steel guitar humming softly on that wedding day. No grand parade or riches, just a love so true. A little house and hopeful vows for me and you. Through every trial life may bring, we'll see it through. In my Sunday dress and simple dreams, I chose you. We didn't have much money, but we had enough. A kitchen table built by hand, and hands that weren't afraid of love. You'd come home tired from working, with dust upon your shirt, but still you'd hold me close at night, like I was worth the hurt. We planted seeds in springtime, watched them slowly rise, just like the quiet growing in our children's eyes. And every year that passed us only made it clear, love don't need a spotlight to stay sincere. In my Sunday dress and simple dreams, now my hair is turning silver and the dress is packed away. But the vows we made together haven't faded with the days. If I had it all to live again, there's nothing I would change. I'd walk that aisle beside you just the same. In my Sunday dress and simple dreams, I'd still choose you. Steel guitar still whispering, soft and true, through the laughter and the sorrow, through the passing years. You're still the man I married, standing here. In every quiet prayer I bring, my heart still sings. In my Sunday dress and simple dreams, you're everything.
These hands are rough and calloused from 40 years of work, fields of corn and factory lines, and wearing denim shirts. They've held a hammer steady and a plow in rocky ground, but the softest thing they ever held was when you came around. You trace every scar like it meant something good, said a working man's devotion, misunderstood. You never needed diamonds or a mansion view, just a man who'd come home every night to you. These calloused hands still reach for you when the day is through, steel guitar whispering, soft and true. Every line across my skin tells the truth. I stand. The best thing I ever built was loving you with these hands. We've had our share of hard times, bills stacked high, kids with broken hearts, and nights we both cried. But you'd sit beside me quiet on that worn out couch, and somehow all that heavy didn't weigh so much. You say we'll get through this, we always do, and somehow I believe every word from you. Love ain't loud or flashy, it don't need a band, it's just two hearts holding steady like calloused hands. And these calloused hands still reach for you when the day is through, steel guitar whispering, soft and true. Every line across my skin tells the truth. I stand. The best thing I ever built was loving you with these hands. Now the years are slowing down like an old freight train, but if I had to start again, I'd walk the same. Through every mile of dirt and doubt, I'd still take a stand, 'cause the best thing I ever built was loving you with these hands. These calloused hands still reach for you under twilight skies, steel guitar rising like a prayer, yeah, that never dies. Every scar and every line knows where I stand. The finest thing I ever built was loving you with these hands.
Church bells are ringing in the distance, white clouds are rolling slow. You were waiting by the river where the tall grass grows.
Said you'd save me a seat on that old oak bench with a smile that felt like heaven sent.
You wore that simple blue dress, hair falling free, sunlight dancing softly through the sycamore trees.
I didn't have much money, didn't have a plan, just a heart full of hope
and a steady hand. It's a back road Sunday kind of love, slow and strong and true, with a fiddle playing gentle like the morning dew. Steel guitar humming low like a prayer above. We found all we'll ever need in a back road Sunday love. We've watched the seasons turning, watched the rivers rise, seen 1,000 sunsets paint your weathered eyes.
Through every twist of fate, through every test of time, I still feel that first slow dance when your hand found mine.
If I had to live this life again,
I'd choose the very same, every mile beside you, through sunshine and rain.
ain't no grand parade, no flashing lights above, just a steady beating heart and a faithful kind of love. It's a back road Sunday kind of love, slow and strong and true, with a fiddle playing gentle like the morning dew. Steel guitar humming low like a prayer above. We found all we'll ever need in a back road Sunday love.
When the daylight fades away
And shadows fall,
we'll be standing side by side
through it all. It's a back road Sunday kind of love,
soft as evening skies, with the steel guitar still singing as the years roll by.
the fiddle drifting through the dusk like a hand in glove. We found all we'll ever need in a back road Sunday love. Just you and me on that back road Sunday.
I watched your taillights fading through a curtain of July rain, red against the blacktop like a slow burning pain. We'd been fighting all evening about the life I couldn't give. You said love needs more than promises, it needs a place to live. There was thunder over Miller's Field, lightning on the grain. I stood there in that driveway with your name called in the rain. Thought pride would keep me steady like a strong and stubborn man, but pride don't hold you at night like your two bare hands. Now it's taillights in the rain, running through my mind, steel guitar crying low like it knows I crossed a line. Every drop on this tin roof sounds like you pulling off that gravel drive like you had to do on a long dark country road where I let you go. The coffee shop on Main Street still closes at 9. Old men talk of weather like they've got more time. They ask me how you're doing, I just say you're fine. like it might rewind. I drive past your mama's house, slowing out of sight. There's a porch light burning steady every single night. I wonder if you think of me when that evening train rolls through, or if you found somebody who does the things I didn't do. Now it's taillights in the rain. If I'd have held you closer when the first cracks showed, maybe we'd still be talking about children in a home. They say a man learns lessons when he's left alone, but the cost of learning love is a heart of stone. Yes, taillights in the rain, burning in my side, steel guitar rising high through the lonely night. Every drop on this old roof still sounds true, like the moment I stood frozen instead of chasing you on that long dark country road where I let you go. There's a gravel road outside of town where the weeds grow tall and wild. I used to drive it every night back when I was just a child, dreaming of a front porch light burning soft and true. Never knew that road would lead my wandering heart to you. You were standing by your daddy's gate, hair caught in the wind, sundress swaying gentle like the trouble I was in. And you laughed when I said hello, like you'd known me all along. And that dusty road started feeling like a home I'd always known. Every mile of that gravel road still runs through my veins, guitar crying low like summer rain. Every bend and broken stone knows what we went through. It was rough and wild and honest, like a love that's true. No matter where this highway goes, it leads me back to you. We didn't have no silver spoon or money in the bank, just Friday night ball games and a truck with half a tank. You said love don't need much more than two steady hands, so I built my world around you and the life we planned. There were nights we fought like thunder, words we can't take back, but even in the silence, you kept us on track. You'd sit beside me on the porch till the hurt rolled through, like the wind across the pasture and the sky turned blue. Every mile of that gravel road still runs through my veins, steel guitar crying low like summer rain. Every bend and broken stone knows what we've been through. It was rough and wild and honest, like a love that's true. No matter where this highway goes, it leads me back to you. Now the tires are worn and older, like the lines across my face, but I drive that road for
found mine in your arms in a stretch of country stones. Every mile of that gravel road still runs through my veins. Steel guitar rising high through joy and pain. Every bend and broken stone knows what we've been through. It was rough and wild and honest, but it brought me you. No matter where this life may go, it leads me back to you.
There's a willow by the water bend where we carved our names in pen. Sap's still running like it did back then when we were young and wild.
Barefoot hearts in the evening sun, counting stars one by one. Never thought we'd come undone from that riverbank smile.
I can still feel your flannel sleeve, summer air and autumn leaves. Every promise you believed in, a whisper soft and low.
We were leaning on forever's door, not knowing what was in store. All I knew was I was yours by the water's steady flow.
Take me back to the willow tree where your hand first held on to me like a steel guitar in sweet harmony, crying gentle in the night. Through the years and the changing breeze, you're still the only home I need, with the fiddle playing soft and free.
Everything feels right.
Back to the willow tree. Life rolled on like a freight train line,
Dust and miles and borrowed time,
but your love stayed close to mine like the earth beneath my boots.
from the cradle to the porch, swing slow from first hello to letting go. If I had to choose, I know I'd still be choosing you. Take me back to the willow tree when the nights got long and cold. We held tighter than before. Every story we were told led us right back to this shore. Roots run deep where love has grown in simple seeds that we have sown. Back to the willow tree where it's always you and me. When the nights got long and cold, we held tighter than before. Every story we were told led us right back to this shore. Roots run deep where love has grown in simple seeds that we have sown. Back to the willow tree
where it's always you and me.
There's a two-lane road that runs past the edge of this old town, where the fields turn into silence and the sun goes sliding down. I've been driving with the windows low, let that red dirt roll on in. Every mile's a memory, and it's settling on my skin. Your name still rides the radio in every country song, like the night we swore forever on the hood till dawn. I thought love was something you could hold against the wind. Now it's just dust on my boots again. It's dust on my boots again. And a heart that won't pretend that I didn't lose my best friend on that back road bend. Steel guitar don't play so blue. You know I'm barely hanging through. Every mile just brings me back to loving you. It's dust on my boots again. I passed that old gas station where you used to wait, leaning on your daddy's Ford, running 10 minutes late. You smile like summer rain on a dry July, and I'd swear I saw my whole world in your hazel eyes. We were young and wide open, like that prairie sky. Didn't know that promises sometimes learn to lie. Thought I'd outrun heartbreak, but it always wins. Leaves dust on my boots again. It's dust on my boots again. It's dust on my boots again. Mama says a broken heart builds a stronger man, but strength don't mean much when you're reaching for her hand. There's a screen door slamming in my memory, and a porch light shining on what used to be. I've tried to wash the past away in whiskey and in rain, but every road I take just circles back again. Some loves don't fade, they settle deep within, like dust on my boots again. If I see you in some other town with somebody new, I hope he knows the treasure he's holding on to too. And if you ever think of me when the night rolls in, know I'm somewhere chasing what might have been. It's dust on my boots again, and I do it all again. Every kiss, every reckless spin on that back road bend. Steel guitar cries soft and slow, let the whole wide world just go. Some loves never leave a man, they just settle in. Yeah, like dust on my boots again. Yeah, it's dust on my boots again, and I'm still loving you, my friend. There's a stretch of county highway where the blacktop fades away, turns to gravel by the cornfields, out past Miller's place. I drove it every Friday with your picture on the dash, chasing down that sunset like it owed me something back. Your laugh would fill the cab like a summer thunder roll. You said love was simple, just let the good times roll. I was young and reckless, didn't know what I could hold. Now I'm parked where the gravel turns to gold, where the gravel turns to gold. In the light of setting sun, that's where I let you go, and where my heart come undone. Steel guitar, play it slow, let every memory unfold. She's still shining in my mind, where the gravel turns to gold. We carved our names in fence posts by the river bend, talked about forever like it wouldn't end. You swore you'd never leave me, I swore the same to you. But life don't ask permission, it just does what it will do. I took a job in Tulsa, you stayed close to home. Distance grew between us like weeds in the stone. I thought love could travel wherever I might roam, but some hearts need roots to grow, where the gravel turns to gold. In the light of setting sun, that's where I let you go, where my heart come undone. Steel guitar, play it slow, let every memory unfold. She's still shining in my mind, where the gravel turns to gold. Now past that old drive-in, boarded up and still, hear you whisper in the wind, rolling off the hill. If I could turn this truck around, back to 17, I'd choose the girl beside me over every dream. If you're out there somewhere, watching this same sky, I hope the man who holds you knows the reason why. You were the kind of love a man don't outgrow, you just learn to live without. Where the gravel turns to gold, I let the past unfold. Every mile I travel still leads me to that road. Steel guitar, don't cry too bold, just let the story be told. She's the best thing I ever had, where the gravel turns to gold. Where the gravel turns to gold. Found your last letter in a Bible by the bed, folded like a memory of words we never said. You wrote about the mountains and the cabin in the snow, said you needed room to breathe, said I'd someday know. I was chasing over time and a bigger piece of land, didn't see the loneliness slipping through your hands. Thought providing was enough to keep our love alive, but a heart needs more than promises to survive. It's a letter from a lone pine, standing tall and thin, whispering your name on every restless wind. Steel guitar, don't cut so deep, I've lost more than I can keep. She was my forever line, now she's just from a lone pine. You said the stars were brighter up that mountain ridge, and silence felt like mercy on that wooden bridge. I guess I never listened the way I should have done. Too busy building fences instead of building us one. Now the porch is quiet, crickets fill the air. Your rocking chair still moving like you're sitting there. I trade every acre, every nickel, every dime, just to read those words again for the very first time. It's a letter from a lone pine, a letter from a lone pine. If I drive out west someday, find that mountain view, I won't come to change your mind or beg you to. I'll just stand beneath that tree and tip my hat. Thank it for protecting the best love I ever had. A man can learn the hard way what really matters most. It ain't the size of what you own, it's who you're holding close. It's a letter from a lone pine, carried on the wind. Every word a lesson on where I should have been. Steel guitar, play kind, let regret fall behind. She was my heart's true sign. Now she's just a letter from a lone pine.
Under these open skies so wide, where the cotton clouds drift by, you were standing at my side, like you'd always been.
The wind was moving through the corn, carrying the scent of storm, but I felt safe and warm in your denim grin.
I was chasing restless dreams, highways, dust and broken seams, till your eyes lit up my scene like a lantern bright.
Found my anchor in your kiss, in the hush of twilight bliss. Every little thing I missed turned to right. Under these open skies, where forever never lies, with the fiddle's tender cry and the steel guitar, every promise that we make, every dawn we choose to wake, feels as steady as a stake in my heart. Under these open skies, we've watched thunder roll away. I heard the whippoorwill that day,
seen the children laugh and play
by the fence.
And through every mile we've known, every seed that we have sown, I have never stood alone. since you said yes.
If the world turns cold and gray,
I'll be your sunny day.
under these open skies,
Right here where we belong, just you and I, under these open skies. The dishes are drying by the old tin sink. Coffee pot still humming on the edge of the brink. There's a song on the radio, faded but sweet, makes me shuffle barefoot on this worn-out floor beneath. You'd pull me close, laugh and say, girl, don't you cry. Spin me past the table under yellow light. We didn't need a ballroom or a fancy band, just your calloused fingers wrapped around my hand. Give me one more dance in the kitchen, one more slow turn round with a steel guitar, wishing you were still in this town. Let the old house listen to the love we found. Just one more dance in the kitchen before the sun goes down. The wallpaper's peeling by the pantry door, but every little crack holds a little more of the life we lived in quiet grace. A flower on your shirt and flower on my face. Now the evenings linger longer than before, and silence settles heavy on the floor. But when that melody drifts in soft and low, I close my eyes and let the memory go. Give me one more dance in the kitchen, time may steal the daylight and carry you away, but it can't take the rhythm of the love we made. Give me one more dance in the kitchen, one more sweet embrace. Let the steel guitar whisper what I can't replace. If heaven's got a radio,